conservation efforts of arborists. There is much yet to be done to ensure that the life-giving breath of trees continues to fill our lungs, cool our earth, and extend our lives. Lucy Larkham said, "He who plants a tree plants a hope." That's a pretty positive outlook, because if you think about it, unlike planting a flower that will grow, bloom, and then die in a short period of time, planting a tree requires patience and the knowledge that the planter may never see it reach maturity. Frederick Law Olmsted, the father of American landscape architecture, and who designed and planted such famous outdoor spaces as the Biltmore Estate, Central Park, the Niagara Falls Reservation, and dozens of others, didn't live to see his creations and designs mature and flourish. Instead, his masterpieces are enjoyed by hundreds of millions of people every year. It's that same hope and optimism that each of us should have towards trees in the future. More than 100 years ago, the seeds of change were planted when we began celebrating Arbor Day. And just as then, we need to sow today what we hope to reap many, many years from now, not for ourselves, but for our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. With that, I welcome you to the Florence County School District 3 Annual Celebration of Arbor Day. We appreciate your attendance and look forward to celebrating those among us who love art and celebration of trees brings us together today. At this time, Lamar Nelson will come forth and present for the President of Fellowship.
Mark.
At this time, please stand and remove your hat to prepare the table for the toast of the national.
About face. Reform. Colors. Open. Right. Face. Forward.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we'll have an Arbor Day proclamation presented on behalf of the City of Lake City by Ms. Amy Pringle, Administrative Assistant of the Lake City Fire Department.
Good morning.
Good morning.
2021 Arbor Day Proclamation. bringing life to your community. On behalf of the Mayor of Lake City, the Honorable Mayor Lovett Anderson, and the City of Lake City, our Mayor has proclaimed the first Friday of December as our annual Arbor Day celebration of trees. Whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, lower our heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic fertility of business areas, and beautify our community. And trees wherever they are planted are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, whereas renewal. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Lovett Anderson, Mayor of the City of Lake City, do hereby proclaim the first Friday of December as Arbor Day in the City of Lake City. And I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant and care for trees, trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Dated this third day of December, year 2021, yours truly.
section, along with Ms. Angel Neal, director, Mr. Matt McDougal on the piano, and Mr. Cliff Gardner with the
It might
flute.
not have loaded up. It's Can we send them that link?
Next, we will share
Because I
3
think
points that
it
was
took longer to
submitted.
load up.
We had lots of great entries this year, and so we have 3 to share with you this morning. Our first reader will be Ms. Kaden Miller from J.C. Lynch Elementary. Please give her a hand as she comes forward.
My best friend Pine. My best friend does not talk. My best friend does not walk. My best friend is tall and wide. This friend is comfortable living outside. He is strong and free. My best friend is a tree. He is important to me.
Thank you, Kaden. Next, we will have Mr. Jermaine Hannah from Olana Magnet.
What is Arbor Day? Well, I guess I can say plant trees on a day. Come celebrate this day with me. We can play and make trees stay. Trees give you oxygen and air. I love planting trees and eating fruit they bear. Do you like apples and bananas? Well, I guess they come from trees.
Thank you, Mr. Hannah. The title of his poem was Let's Celebrate Arbor Day. And we have Mr. Tabari Harrison from Main Street Elementary.
Good morning. My name is Tabari Price, and I am in 4th grade in Main Street Elementary School. And the title of my poem is What If We Didn't Have Trees? What if we didn't have trees? Then how would we get our needs? Seeds help fruit grow. What if we didn't have seeds? Then how would we grow trees? Seeds give us food. Under the trees keep us cool. They turn from seeds to a lot of trees. What if we didn't have seeds? Then how would we grow trees? If we were running in the sun, we would have been done. You can't climb trees, that's one need. You can hide in trees, and those are our needs. Thank you.
Teachers and community members, that's just a small glimpse of some of the entries that we had for our Arbor Day celebration this year. Also, before you leave, please take a look at our artwork that is in the back on display. Next, we will have introduction of the speaker by Ms. Kristen Yarborough.
We are honored to have with us today Ms. Teresa Lott. Ms. Lott is passionate about natural resources stewardship. She has been responsible for water resources programming in Florence and Darlington counties since April of 2010. Ms. Lott was named state coordinator of the South Carolina Master Gardener Program in January of 2018. The South Carolina Master Gardener Program provides volunteers with the knowledge and tools needed to support the mission of cooperative extension by making research-based horticulture information available to the citizens of the state. Ms. Lott also coordinates Carolina Yards, a program that is designed to assist and guide South Carolina homeowners in conserving water in the landscape and making positive changes in the environmental quality of their yards, neighborhoods, and surrounding waterways. Ms. Lott is also the social media coordinator of South Carolina ETV's award-winning show, Making It Grow, which provides viewers with research-based horticulture information in a casual atmosphere and highlights South Carolina places and products. Ms. Lott earned her Bachelor of Science in Biology in 2000 and Master of Education in Secondary Education and Natural Science in 2009 from Coastal Carolina University. Ms. Lott has more than 15 years of experience in science education in both formal and informal settings. She is passionate about the environmental education and promoting stewardship of our natural resources, and is particularly interested in native plants, rainwater harvesting, and gardening for wildlife. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Teresa Long. Thank you, Kirsten. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
What a pleasure to be here celebrating Arbor Day with Florence School District 3. I remember not so long ago, well, maybe it was a little bit long ago, 35 years ago, being an elementary school student and celebrating Arbor Day with a ceremonial tree planting. And there were at least 2 occasions where each student was given a tiny little sapling conifer tree to take home and plant in his or her yard. Now those trees, they were scrawny little trees, right, less than a foot tall. Skinny, they'd been sent in plastic bags and probably traveled a long distance, but I remember taking them home with enthusiasm and excitement and planting, like I said, at least 2 of those trees, and they grew slowly. But I remember being able to decorate them for the holiday season before I left home at the age of 18 and grabbed my wings and moved to South Carolina to attend college. I put together a few slides today because they're a little bit more exciting than looking at me. You've heard a little bit about how long we've been celebrating Arbor Day. The first Arbor Day was celebrated about 149 years ago on April 10, 1872 in the Nebraska Territory. That's right, before Nebraska even became a state. How many trees do you think were planted that very first Arbor Day? It's estimated more than 1 million trees were planted. Now that is a lot of trees. Arbor Day was officially proclaimed by the Nebraska governor, Robert Furnace, in 1874, and then in 1885 it became an official state holiday in Nebraska, and they selected April 22nd as the date. Now keep that in mind because this isn't April, is it? No, it's December. By 1920, other states had passed legislation, and Arbor Day was being celebrated in over 45 states and territories. Today, it's celebrated in all 50 states. And while most commonly celebrated in April, states are given the authority to choose the time to coincide with tree planting season. So if you check with our South Carolina Forestry Commission, they'll tell you the best time to plant trees is from December to about mid-March. And so that's why we celebrate the first Friday in December, because it celebrates the beginning of tree planting season. Now your theme today is Seeds of Change. It took me a while to figure out how I was going to develop that into something that would be inspiring for us today. Hopefully I accomplished that mission. Have you ever heard the proverb on the screen? Mighty oaks from little acorns grow. What exactly does that mean? Well, that acorn is the seed for an oak tree. It is tiny, but it has a lot of potential. Under just the right conditions, that tiny little acorn is going to go through a lot of change. First, it's going to sprout some roots and shoots, become a tiny little sapling and a small tree, and hopefully one day it will grow into a very large tree. Now that tree that you see pictured on the screen is what we call a national champion. Have you heard of that before? A national champion, or a champion tree, is the largest of its species, measured under certain parameters. So they look at the tree's height, the tree's width at its crown, and then how big around it is at the trunk, or its circumference. This national champion is a live oak tree. It's 78 feet tall, 161 feet wide, and over 36 feet around its trunk. Wow, that's a big tree. And to think, it started from an acorn that was less than an inch long. That's a lot of change. What about pine trees? Have you ever picked up a pine cone? No, it's the longleaf pine. So you've probably seen some longleaf pine cones. The longleaf pine cone can be about 6 to 10 inches, but can grow up to 12 inches, so up to a foot in length. And then inside of there are about seeds that are 1 inch long, including a wing, and that wing helps them spread on the wind. Now, a longleaf pine can get up to about 125 feet tall, and pictured here is the national champion. It's 105 feet tall, 56 feet wide, and over 11 and a half feet around. And guess where it is? It's in South Carolina. How exciting. It's in Aiken County, though, so not too close, because a ways across the state. How about a sycamore tree? Have you ever seen a sycamore tree? Sycamores can be massive trees. And if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see the seed ball, which is a little smaller than a ping pong ball. So imagine if you've ever played ping pong, and on that seed ball, there could be up to like 100 seeds. Each one about 3/8 of an inch long with a nice stem, and that stem, again, helps it to spread on the wind. It's hard to imagine starting out at 3/8 of an inch and growing into a massive tree. But it can happen. There's the national champion sycamore. It's 124 feet tall. Sometimes numbers are hard to understand. You're thinking, oh, that's tall. Well, I'm about 5 feet 4 inches. So it would take about 23 of me stacked on top of each other to be as tall as that sycamore tree. And it started out from an itty-bitty seed. What's really exciting is we have a South Carolina champion sycamore. So it's not the tallest in the United States, but it's the tallest measured in our state, right here in Florence County. And it's pretty comparable to that national champion, 123 feet tall, 110 feet wide, and has a circumference of more than 25 feet. All right. Let's talk about apple trees. I think someone mentioned apples in one of those poems that was read. Could we determine how many seeds were inside of an apple? Sure we could. We just have to cut it open and count the seeds. But can we decide how many apples are in a seed? And you're like, wait a second, Ms. Lott, there's no apples inside a seed. And you're right, there's not. But a seed can develop into a tree, and the tree can produce apples. Is every seed going to develop into an apple tree? No. They might not even end up in the ground. You might eat the apple and throw away the seeds. Or the seeds might land in a place that's just not a great place to grow. So let's just imagine that one seed matures into a tree that can produce apples. And in one growing season, that apple tree might make 300 apples. A lot of apples. If we estimate that every apple has about 5 seeds, how many seeds in just those 300 apples? A little bit of quick math, that's 1,500 seeds, right? In just one growing season. But does everything stop there? No, those 1,500 seeds could then go on to make apple trees. So that's about 450,000 potential apples with 2,250,000 seeds. And it just keeps going and going and going. It's impossible to know what change can come from one tiny seed. But today, as we celebrate Arbor Day, I have focused on seeds and the trees into which they develop. I encourage you to plant seeds, or even small plants, and to watch them grow and develop. Maybe you'll plant tree seeds, or flower seeds. Perhaps you'll even grow vegetables from seed. That seed that you plant today could become a valuable shade tree one day. Or perhaps it'll be turned into lumber you grow vegetables, perhaps you'll have a great crop and you'll have an abundance that you can share with other people who find themselves in need. But we can think of seeds in a much broader sense than just an actual seed that grows into a plant. We can think that each human being, every one of us in this room today, as a seed, full of unlimited potential to evoke change. And guess what? The possibilities are endless.
Ms. Lott, on behalf of Florence County School District 3, we want to thank you so much and give you this gift of appreciation for sharing your time and your message with us today. Our next speaker presenter will be Dr. Laura Gibson, Superintendent of Florence County School District 3. Please join me in welcoming her. She will also be joined by Ms. Mary Howard and Mr. Cliff Burke.
Good morning again. Thank you, Ms. Lott. That was a great message for Seeds of Change and having endless possibilities as we celebrate Arbor Day today. Now we have the pleasure of announcing our district-wide winners in several categories. We're going to start with 4K, 5K literacy category. First place is Ms. Debbie McAllister's 5K class at Scranton Elementary. Ms. Debbie McAllister, in your class, will you please come forward? Also, Ms. McAllister's class will win a $50 check for art supplies for their classroom.
All right.
And Ms. Debbie and other contestants, after the program today, I will have you to sign for your check, so I can have a check. In second place from Lake City Early Childhood Center, we have Ms. Stacy Sims in her class, and they have a $40 class check for art supplies. In third place, we have Ms. Evelyn Ames, 5K class from J.C. Lynch Montessori School. If you will please come forward with your students, and you guys will receive a $30 class prize. Our next category is first and second grade literacy. First place has a check for $25. Second place, a check for $20. Third place, a check for $10. First place from Lake City Early Childhood Center is Ms. Haley Rock. Second grade from J.C. Lynch is Ms. Emily Hewitt. Third place from Scranton Elementary is Ms. Macy Ann Edwards. The second category is art. First place, again, $25. Second place, $20. Third place, $10. First place winner is Ms. Heidi Poston from Scranton Elementary. Second place, Ms. Riley Smith from Scranton Elementary. And third place is Mr. Casey Richardson from Lake City Mendoza from Ronald E. McNair. Our 9th and 12th grade category also has 3 different sections. We have a literacy, and our literacy group was a group project. And these students are from J. Paul, True Love. We have Jamari Carson, in our mixed media competition, first place for $50 is Miss Rebecca Floyd from J. Paul. Second place for $40 is Miss Kayla Cockfield from Lake City High School. And third place is Miss Kiera McGill from Lake City High School. And our last category for the high school is photography. First place is Sydney Moore from J. Paul for $50. Second place is Miss Courtney Waterford from J. Paul. And third place is Mr. Larkin Yarborough from J. Paul. We would like to thank everyone for participating in our Arbor Day competition. Again, parents, thank you so much for your continual support, and we will turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. Laura Hickman.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful program. Let's give all of our participants I would like to first thank all of our student participants, those that are here with us today, and to those who are watching from their schools today. Thank you for participating in our annual Arbor Day Celebration. Guys, we cannot do this without our students. Great job. Thank you again. Let's give our students a to our high school, J. Paul Magnet School High School Choir. You guys will stand. You did an excellent performance. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like for all of our community members and parents to please stand. We have Mr. Stormy with us, and our parents, if you'll stand as well. We are just so happy to have you join us because we're going to take the Ms. Lott, beautiful presentation. Thank you so much for being here with us. Last but not least, I would like for those that planned this program. I will not call names, but if you'll please stand, from Ms. Howard to the J. Paul staff, for getting everything set up. Individuals, if you will please stand, all of you. Awesome job. And to the principal of this beautiful school, if you would please stand, Dr. Did you come out? Okay. She's been working hard all morning. Thank you so much. Again, to everyone, thank you for a great celebration, and we look forward to doing this again next year, first Friday in December. And to all of you, have a great, happy holiday. Thank you. Students, and parents, if you will come, those that want checks, we need you to sign for them. So if you would come up, or teachers, if you you're with students, if you would come and sign for these checks. Thank you.